Hi. I think it's been years since I had the camera on my face. At least for YouTube. I have been uploading to Instagram and Snapchat and Discord. I take pictures every now and then just to save them, but okay. First things first, for those who weren't paying attention, for those who just straight up didn't know. Hold on, turn that off. For those who straight up just don't know, didn't notice, or were just confused, I privatized all of my YouTube videos. But I did like stream a little bit, but that's because I was trying to show things to like my friends. I wasn't streaming for love of the game anymore. And it's simply because um I was kind of bullied out of it. Not like, oh my god, you stink, you're a woman, get off the stage. Kind of like bullied out of it. Just like negging. Like, there's a billion people on YouTube, you'll never get anywhere with it. Oh, there's a billion people who are doing the same thing as you. What makes you think you're special? Kind of like bullying. Like, you start to feel hopeless. You start to lose faith in yourself. And then the magic that you originally start with, it either dwindles or you end up losing it entirely. And I don't know how long I want to make this video. I don't want to make it too long, too boring, but I do want to talk about some things. First things first, I I remember in my We Need to Talk video, if any of you saw it, if you didn't see it, I spoke on like the reason why I haven't been able to do some videos is just like mainly due to like health. My health was bad. Um and then it reached a point where I nearly lost my life and I was alone. Of course I had my mom, my dad, but that was it. Mind you, I was surrounded by friends, always online. I was like, or I thought I was the it girl. I thought I had a group of friends that genuinely cared about me, but after um after that accident, it made me see people in a different light. I I nearly died in the ER. I was sick for weeks and no one said anything. I said I wasn't feeling well, but we all shrugged it off. And then I'm finally taken to the ER, or I give up on trying to treat myself at home and I go to the ER. And they said any longer I wouldn't have made it. Thank God for my parents. My dad, so none of you know my dad, none of you met my dad, but that man, oh, I love him. 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 I love my dad, but he old. So it surprised me at his age he could actually lift me the way he did. My dad lifted me up out like he basically carried me out of the house and into the car. But he also had a walker, which helped. But that man practically had to carry me to the ER. My mom was unavailable physically, but she was there on FaceTime. She was still present. And it was just the two of them. I was in so much pain I couldn't even advocate for myself. But they both spoke on like some issues that I've had, at least health wise. And to some people, my health was self inflicted. I deserved it. Whatever. I did it to myself. I should have made better choices, but it wasn't a choice. I'm not gonna go out and say I have an eating disorder. Although I was diagnosed with it, that don't mean I have it. I think I was misdiagnosed. I don't have an eating disorder. I just have issues with like certain foods, and I'm very specific with how it's made, who it's made by, and what the food is. Like, oh, you made mashed potatoes and gravy? That's awesome. No, I didn't. It was Auntie May. Actually, you know what? I as that sounds so amazing, but I'm full. I'm good, and it's simply because I'm just like really particular with who I trust to cook for me. I've always been like that since a kid. Uh, which in that case, yeah, you can call me a picky eater. Um, which my eating habits were a sign of a bigger problem, and basically no one noticed. Um, we didn't notice until later that I had some bigger issues, but I'm gonna make that another video for the time. All my mental illnesses, ailments, all that's gonna be another video. Cause I want to be an advocate for people like me. And you're probably thinking, excuse me, Miss Ruby, why are we doing this? Why are you coming up out of nowhere from the pits of nothingness? And that's because yesterday I went to a rave and it was so inclusive. It was so, everybody there was so friendly. I ended up making a new friend, hopefully a new friend group. And I even made some other new connections. Um, hopefully new connections. But going to that rave helped me feel more seen, normal. Like there, to be fair, there is no such thing as normal. It is just people perfecting masking or mimicking. Normal is just you mimicking other people. You're not normal, you're just assimilating. I've never been good at assimilating with others, and it shows because that's why I was friendless for a while. Um, God, time flies. I started this channel 2015, 2014. I was young. Baby girl was young. Baby girl grew up. I don't even know how old I was. I'm not even gonna try to do that math. But the original purpose of my channel is because I was being sent to a boarding school where there you're not allowed to have social media. You're under strict conditions, and you're just not really allowed to, like, your freedom is monitored. It's limited. They chose what you ate. They chose when you slept. They permitted you to use the bathroom. Mind you, that's a basic human need. Imagine you say, "Oh my God, I would like to use the bathroom now." No, no, you can't. No, not right now. You're going to leave that for another person to decide. But I assimilated to that pretty well. But I'm that experience will be a story for another day. But I do want to work on, like, just my parents have been encouraging me to just tell stories. Why not start with the realest ones? Um, I'm not very good at storytelling. I can read, I can write. I wrote my own book. While I was gone, I did write my own book. I will try to put it in my description somewhere. But it's the simple fact that, like, this channel was meant to create memories I could look back on, because what I fear like, something I fear the most is, like, not remembering. I don't have Alzheimer's, okay? I'm not old. As you can see, young, youthful, youthful, still itty bitty cutie. But my memory is a serious issue. I had hair in my mouth for some fucking reason, but my memory is a serious issue. I struggle maintaining connections with people, like remembering to text people, remember to call back, anniversaries, birthdays. You can't, don't trust me with shit. Unless it's a secret, because I'm the best at keeping secrets. Why? Because I forget them. Right. Um, so even though I am pretty decently functioning, I have a lot of issues. My biggest one is my memory. I'm pretty sure I made a video, which I ended up privating, but I made a video kind of explaining why I made this channel, is to make memories. And that's what I was doing. I got really into playing games with friends, people I thought were my friends. But I did meet some really cool people along the way. Ruffles, my brother, even though we are not biologically related, we don't share parents in the slightest. We don't share not a drop of blood. He has been the best little brother I could ever have. Like, ever. Mind you, mind you, he's been an asshole. And he knows he's an asshole. Um, but it's a part of who he is as a person. I would never want to change it. That, because it's part of his core being. And honestly, if he's an asshole to you, he likes you. It's when he's indifferent and can't even remember if you're a guy or a girl, that's when you know you're meaningless to him. Which I know it sounds like a toxic thing to say, like a toxic couple thing. Oh my God, you don't know him like I do. No, it's the fact that, like, it's kind of like the saying, "Oh, no, nobody bullies my sibling except for me." Something like that. Like, not on that toxic shit, but like, kind of. Like, he and I can throw jokes and crack at each other and still come back like nothing happened. And he has been amazing. He's gotten to, like, he's one of the few friends who have met both my parents online. He's an online friend, but he's one of the few people that has met both my parents, and both parents in different ways acknowledge him as a son. My mom knows him as, like, her fake son in Cali, and my dad knows him as the friend with the steak, which there's a story time for that. Another day, because this video is getting long. But the friend with the steak. he's a really good person. If you give him a reason to be. He's an amazingly sweet person. He's like having a pet bull. He may bite, scratch, and bark at you, but it depends on how you come at him. I'm actually not going to give that kind of a diagnosis, but the way he is as a person kind of reflects myself. I like to say that, like, how do I describe this? He'll, let's say we have a red button, right? I'm gonna pop the lid off my pickles for this. We have a red button. Let's use our imaginations. It's red. We have a red button, and this is a very top secret, this would kill us all button, or this button has whatever negative effects you want. Oh, this button will make you cry. Oh, this button makes you feel uncomfortable. This button will have a reaction in whatever way you want. He's the kind of person to maybe accidentally, like, let's say, hover near the button, and depending on how you react to him being near the button is how he'll respond. Oh my God, get away from the button! What's wrong with you? You will kill us all! Oh? Death? You're lying. I'm gonna touch the button anyways. And then the world explodes. It's because of how you react and respond to him. And then in turn, if you're a dickhead to him, he's gonna be an even bigger dickhead to you. And it is part of his core being. But that's also the other side of it. Like there's also the opposite. If you are kind to him, you're patient with him, he's going to give that same energy right back. And I could tell I started adopting his personality traits because we spent so much time together. Although we did take a couple huge hiatuses. Now, when I first met him, he's probably going to strangle me for this video. But when I first met the kid, his voice was higher than mine currently. That man sound like he 46 with the grandkids. When I tell you this man sounds like he puberty kicked his ass and left him in a ditch, my God. And I don't mean my God in the, oh my God, no. It's just like, damn. And then he started growing. And he kept growing. And that son of a bitch made it to 6'4" before me. He's 16, by the way. I'm 21. Do you know how unfair? Like, I understand we are not biologically related at all. And it got nothing to do with genetics. I know. But it is so unfair for your sibling to end up bigger, taller than you. It's like, what the fuck, universe? What the fuck? Which I thought if, I don't know, I started exercising more, start eating healthier, I'd get no. Because then I hit 18. Then I hit 19. Then I hit 20. Then I hit 21. Which, by the way, I recently turned 21. Yay! Right? But that freak of nature made it to 6'4". I'm pretty sure he's 6'4" now. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to see the video. I'm going to tell him about the video. But back on to the, no, I'm pretty sure we passed, but see, my memory's slipping. Which people think it might be due to ADHD. There is no way to know for sure. What where was I going with this little brother thing? Oh, I was talking about him because he deserves so much props. Like, even though there's a big ass age gap, he's more mature than I am. And I'm 21 now. Like, he can be more mature than his actual age. And again, I don't mean this in a fucking pedophile way. Which that reminds me of someone I thought was my friend, which I guess wasn't. He wanted me to drop Ruffles because I was too old to be his friend. Mind you, I met him before I became 18. I practically grew up with him. My parents acknowledge him as a son. He's he's an honorary sibling. He's a part of the family. Why on earth would I drop why would I cut off my little brother? Big as he is. But why would I drop my little brother? For a man I hardly know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But although he had good points, he tried to make it seem like, I don't know, like I was a pedophile. Like the way he phrased it was something along the lines of like, bro, it sounds like you're saying, well, I just can't let go of the minors. It just didn't sound right. I personally just, there's no point in cutting, even if I didn't see him as a brother, even if it's just a friend thing. Why on earth would I cut off a friend just because I reached a certain point? That's like, oh my god, I just turned 21. I'm living my life, whatever. And then my, let's say, high school buddy stopped being my friend because they hit, I don't know, 28. They're almost 30. They're too old to be my friend. This is what did, okay. I mean, if that's your personal thing, that's great, but trying to push your own ideas with other people just it never sat right with me. Why can't we agree to disagree? But this person made it an ultimatum. He said I not only needed to remove him from Discord, because that's where I met the guy from, but I not only needed to remove him from Discord, but also remove him on all other platforms. Just cut him out of my life. First off, that little conniving bastard would find me and demand answers as to why he was cut off. Not like in a stalker way, but like, hey, what do you mean? We have each other's addresses, but I did that just in case of emergencies. What if he needs to run away? What if he wants to send a birthday gift? Whatever the case, he knows where I live. Whatever the case, I know where he lives. Just in case. I do that with all my friends. If I trust you enough to tell you where I live, you're one of us. You're one of us. But that's neither here or there. But I would rather hold on to seven, almost 8 years of friendship. I'd rather hold on to that. Because mind you, this friendship has been consistent. It has been patient and comforting. Like, when I got like heavily sick, although this was like during the period me and Ruffles weren't really talking, there's a second time I got sick. I'm gonna be referencing this one because during this time I was still talking to Ruffles, and I remember calling him. It was like 2 in the morning. And the kid would, I just asked if he could just sit on the phone and talk to me. I was in too much pain to talk, but mind you, he didn't know what the fuck was happening. He didn't know I was sick. He didn't know, because if he knew, he would have offered ways to help. But I'm not the kind of person to, I have issues asking for help. But conversation for another day. But he just sat and talked to me damn near the whole night until, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep first. And then he fell asleep, and I think one of our phones died. Which I know, bro, that's the bare minimum. But bare minimum, my ass. Do you know how common gold is? How many people have real gold? But it's common. Everybody, it's commonly found here. Okay, now you go over there. You find it. No? No? Oh, right. Just because it's commonly found, or it's supposedly common, doesn't mean anybody can have it. There are actually some people who are allergic to gold, but that's another conversation topic. But just because it's bare minimum doesn't mean you shouldn't appreciate it in any way. Like, I appreciate the effort my friend gives, right? Which, I know this rant is getting a little long. Kind of sounds a little too passionate, but that's alright. But I also have, like, my friend, let's go Evans. Hi, Ivana. How you doing? Which I jokingly call him that. He's a boy. He's straight. He's a boy. He's straight. He's not trans. I just jokingly call him Ivana. Why? I don't know. It just rolls off the tongue. Moving on. He kept me going on YouTube. He was my first collaboration on YouTube. I never asked for any promo or anything like that. I was just happy to have someone to play games with. He was the first person I started streaming with. And then he would have like little positive notes about how it was something to do with like how to download the video before uploading it to YouTube so that the quality is better. I'm not too sure about that. I can't remember all that he said, but it was something along those lines of how that worked. He was quite inspirational. Sorry, but he was quite helpful in that case. But we've kind of drifted. I'm sure if I texted him, he would respond, but we're kind of just doing our own thing now. But if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have continued making videos on my channel. He has been another long time friend. To be fair, I've known him longer. So I've known Evans longer than I've known Ruffles, but I spent more time with Ruffles than I did Evans. I met Evans when I was using PS3. And I used to bully him in his YouTube section before I made my own YouTube channel. Those days were fun. I was funny, okay? I was hilarious. I can't even recreate those fucking jokes. They were just on the dime. But I spent more time with Ruffles. He was like in it. Like we slept in party chat. We had big ass sleepovers. We played games we may not have liked. He didn't care too much for Minecraft. I despise Brawlhalla. Fuck that game. Fuck you for making me play the damn game. But also thank you for kind of teaching me how to play the game. like kicking my ass in the game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Which I understand. This just turned into a big old rant, but I want to make this video to thank you guys for everything. And I don't just want to thank my friends, even people who don't know me, but I know them. Like, I can't remember the DJ that was at the rave. So inspirational. I fucking love that slutty waist. But that's another here or there. But I also want to thank Michaela Laws. She was the original voice actor for Yandere-chan before the dev stuff started happening. She was the voice of Yandere-chan for over 10 years. Not only that, she does her own projects. One of my favorite projects she did was Seduce Me, the Otome. She came out with a book a little recently, I think like 2019, 2020, something like that. She came out with a book version of the game. So now you have all the details without actually having to tap through your screen. But that woman can tell an amazing story. I'd love to work with her one day. I want to thank Michaela Laws, Madam Sharky, a girl in the game, and there's so many others. Afmal, shit, there's so many others. I just fucking can't think. But like, these are amazing women. They didn't set the standard. They're not Corey Kenshin. They're not freaking Markiplier. I get that. I understand that. But they still are inspirational. These are women playing games. Yeah, most of them were romance games, but they still mix it up. They were playing games like Resident Evil. I love the fact that a girl in the game, Madam Sharky, and Michaela Laws did like live streams for Monster Prom. I'm pretty sure Girl in the Game wasn't there. It was somebody else, Shrimpy something, right? But when they started playing Monster Prom, it just made me a little inspired to do my own thing. So there's a lot of reasons why I kept my channel up after putting it up, because after about 6 months, I got kicked out of my boarding school. Story for another day. But when I came back home, I just tried to make as many videos as fucking possible. And then I stopped making videos for a little bit. And that's because people at school were finding me. And they weren't nice. But they weren't outwardly mean. It'd be like, oh my god, I love your shirt. Where'd you get it? And then they're mentally thinking, so I don't ever buy that shit. They weren't actually nice people, but they pretended to be such. So I never really had friends. But again, I ended up making my first friend group in the 8th grade. But that's going to be a story for another day. And my god, am I going to burn some bridges with that. But yeah, life just continued rolling on for me. And then I started up, like, my first live stream was with Evans, and we were playing, funny enough, Brawlhalla. And then I ended up meeting Ruffles through, like, a friend of a friend of a friend before I got to him, and it just stuck. We played a lot of games. Nobody Saved the World. I wanted him to play Journey to the Savage Planet. Hold on, I'm being called. Fucking hell, hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. My dad needed me. But my whole point before I was interrupted mid thought, because somebody's fucking impatient. I just want to pay homage to the people who got me to where I emotionally needed to be. Right people, right help, wrong time. Honestly. But that's okay. I'm in a better place, much healthier now. Um, but as for what's going to happen to this channel, I'm not sure. I don't want to lean too much into gaming anymore. I'm kind of done with gaming. I've outgrown it. I'll play from time to time, but I kind of rather go out. I rather go hiking. I rather go to a random bar and just start singing. I want to have a Disney moment where I start singing and the whole joint just turns up with me. Just because I am that much of a vibe. I want to travel. I want to go and, bro, make the most wildest memories ever. Of course, I will be recording because I my actual memory sucks, and I really only remember impactful, significant events. And then the best way to describe my memory, it's not like it's gone. No, gone is like not quite it. It's like pieces. Like, I don't know. Pieces. Like a puzzle piece, right? So all together you have the sucker, you have the stick, you have the wrapper. My memory is basically, hold on. My memories basically make it so that everything's in pieces, and then I just have a piece sometimes just floating. I'm like, I remember this one time I went hiking and it was so fun. I tracked in a river. No, not a river. A stream. I walked in a stream and I'm just like, huh, what else did I do that day? And then the other pieces start flowing in too. Oh yeah, I remember I was with such and such, right? Such and such. Wasn't there other people other than us? And then there's usually a person who bring in the final memory, and it's like, oh my god, I remember that day. We walked in the stream. We had McDonald's. We had ice cream. Oh my god, you remember that one time we fell, like, you fell on top of a frog? Oh my god, that was fucking crazy. The pieces. My memory isn't gone. It's like locked behind a chest. If you've seen Wreck-It Ralph, perfect example of that. As soon as you open up that chest, all my memories come flooding back. But each memory has its own box to unlock. Each, right, and then it's tied to like different emotions and other things like that. So it's just like, if I remember, that's great, that's amazing, but then I forget. You kind of fade into fog. You're not gone. You didn't disappear. You're not dead. You're just not there at the moment. And then suddenly the fog clears. Oh my god, whatever happened to Billy with the balloons? Huh. I'm gonna text Billy with the balloons right now. I'm blocked. Oh my god, I remember Sarah. She has such a cute laugh. It's been like 2 months. It's been a couple months. Let me text her. Oh, Sarah doesn't like me anymore. And I get it. I ain't complaining. I completely understand. that disappearing on people without a word isn't really a good thing, but it's never ever intentional. I just hyper fixate on sometimes it's people, sometimes it's hobbies. Like I went completely ghost and quiet and I finished my first book. I'm a published author, self-published by the way. 98% of what I make goes directly to me. Thank you. Well, it doesn't just go to me. Once I start making a lot of money, I'm going to be definitely paying my editor, because I didn't do it alone. I would never say I did this shit alone, but it'll go to my editor and future helpers. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but future helpers, and yeah, it. I'm so, bro. You have no idea. I am so excited for future projects because I got big plans for everybody involved. I want to, like, one thing I will say, I want to find a way to recreate the magic Little Big Planet had on the world. But which, if you didn't know, Little Big Planet was a family friendly game, technically generational, like generational memories. Like you just had to be there to be a part of it. Like even if we talked about some of our like experiences on Little Big Planet, you wouldn't believe us because clipping wasn't really a thing back then. So you wouldn't believe us, bro. Some of the wildest conversations have been had on the Big Planet. Some of the strongest bonds have been created over the Big Planet. I'm pretty sure somebody probably got married through the Big Planet. I wouldn't even put it past them. The Little Big Planet is just a means of for one person to be creative and also connect to other creators. Little Big Planet left opportunities for one and all. I fucking love it. That's gonna be my theme of my company, to be inclusive to everybody. I don't want to hear yes, but no. I want to be inclusive to everybody of all ages, of all races, of all nationalities. It's like that doesn't matter. You're human, you're breathing, you bleed red. We all bleed the same color. Like if you cut us open, we will all have the same insides. Why do we have to treat people differently just because they look different, they sound different, they act different, or you assume they're different? Why? Little Big Planet was so inclusive for all ages. And then the community tab was fucking amazing because then you get to see some people do some really crazy shit. Like somebody made like a phone. Like they made like an entire fucking phone inside Little Big Planet. So on the phone you could literally use these apps in the phone and be play like you actually get to play inside the game. Like imagine Candy Crush, but you're actually inside the game and you're actually earning points. Do the points do something? No, but if you are playing in a multiplayer server, there's like a thing at the end, like the checkpoint thing at the end of the game, or that the checkpoint signifies the end of the level. Checkpoint that signifies the end of the level. So there's like a little crown thing that appears on your head when you have the most points, and you get your little picture moment. That's it. The level ends, and then you can choose to continue on to the next game. Sometimes, not all the time. Or you can just go back to your home pod. Bro, Little Big Planet was a fucking experience. I met so many wonderful people. I also met some pretty terrible ones. But it was my way of bonding with my siblings back when we played together. That was a very, very long time ago. That's neither here or there. But it's like, God, time fucking flies. But I want to recreate the magic of Little Big Planet, or at least create a community just as inclusive as Little Big Planet. It's just when Little Big Planet made their third, technically fourth game, but when they made their third game, that's when shit started hitting the fan. People started hacking into like Little Big Planet and fucking with the servers. In what ways, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I don't know too much about it. I just remember that people were fucking with like the Little Big Planet servers because the servers were the servers that Little Big Planet were using were pretty out, like the software was outdated, so it wasn't up to date with security measures. So people found that out and exploited that, which led to the downfall of Little Big Planet. As well as something to do with the staff members who managed the servers in Little Big Planet, but again, that's neither here nor there. I want to recreate the magic, the positivity of Little Big Planet, which there's going to be a project for that later in the future. And again, I know I rant. I get really excited. Talking about new hobbies, new connections. But that's basically my update. There's gonna be a part 2. I will try to make these shorter. I promise, because I know you don't want to just be looking at my room. Or maybe next time I record one of these videos, you have something else to look at and not my face. Although I know I'm gorgeous. Thank you. Natural face beauty. Okay. I am missing some Carmex, but that's neither here or there. I've been contemplating fucking grabbing my Carmex mid-video, but I'm not gonna do that. Actually, mid-video, I could pause. Hold on. Okay. That feels so much better. My lips are fucking trying to piss me off. But that's neither here or there. Natural face beauty. But I wanted to make this video to update you guys on where I've been, where my videos go, and what's going to happen in the future. I'm not promising nothing for the future. I made that mistake and then went on hiatus afterwards, which I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? I'm very sorry. Very sorry. But to make it up to you guys for being on hiatus, I will be reinstating most of my videos. At least the ones you guys deserve to just have my videos up. I may not upload like I used to, which is gonna be okay. But hey, at least I'm up. I promise you, I'm not trying to pull a Corey Kenshin. I'm not. I ain't promising that I'm never leaving again and then disappear. I may continue to disappear, but I will always come back. I would be the best online dad ever. Best online deadbeat dad. Like my whole thing is gonna be inconsistency, but you're gonna see a whole hell of a lot more than just me playing games. Which I know, I understand. I sucked. I sucked at these games, and I know and I understand. I get that. I get that. But fuck you for being mean. Cause I already know that some people will be in the comment section saying how terrible of a gamer I actually am, which, oh well. Guilty as charged. I never cared enough to get skilled at games. I just play them mostly for the story and then just to connect with other people. And I've grown so much as a person. I don't need games to connect with other people. In one night, I made 4 new friends. 3 were from the rave. One I met at a hotel. Oh wait, 5 new friends because I met one really nice lady at the bar. My God, she was so fucking sweet. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, she was the sweetest, well-dressed lady ever. I have no idea where the fuck she was coming from. But my God, she slayed it. Which the rave I went to was for heated rivalry. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But damn. with a lot of that shit, damn. But I love the inclusivity, the positivity. I actually got up on stage. Not once. Not twice. I got up there 3 times. Although there were different points in the night I got up there, but I got up on stage in front of a crowd of strangers and danced. Mind you, I made a video some time ago that I just gave up dancing. I got tired of people dangling it like a carrot on a stick. Because I didn't want them to use my dreams and or passions to control, manipulate, whatever the fuck they were trying to do. To get the outcome they wanted out of me, they'd dangle dancing in front of my face. Hey, you want to dance for the cheerleading team? Yeah, sorry. We can't allow that because your grades are terrible. Oh my God, you want to dance? Yeah, okay, well, I need you to clean up my whole yard. Oh my God, you want to dance? Yeah, but you need to pay my Wi-Fi bill before I allow you to. Okay. People got way too comfortable dangling that above my head. So, in defiance, I just did it. I stopped. I just gave up. And dancing wasn't the only thing I gave up. I didn't conform to like society, but I don't know. It just life just hit different. I think I was dealing with too much at once. And I feel like I'm too young to have been through everything I've gone through. So, I don't know. I didn't even realize I started giving up on myself until my niece, shout out to her, she started helping me like about 2 years ago. Like this has been a very slow process, but she started helping me rediscovering who I am, who I want to be, where I want to be in the future. She helped rekindle a flame I thought died long ago. Now dancing, I no longer have what it takes to be a dance. I'm not gonna say I don't have what it takes. I've changed too much physically as a person to dance. Like when I was dancing, I was like, I wanna say 115. I weighed about 100, so from 112 to 115 pounds is where I stuck, is where I stayed. Until my niece, she's a month older than me, just get out of the way. My niece, so I went to go stay with my sister for some stuff. Story time on that, maybe in the future. But I go to stay with my sister, and my niece ends up taking care of me. That whole thing, it was mostly my niece. She created a space for me to come to her whenever I needed something. Like, hey, I'm hungry, but there's nothing in the fridge for me to eat because there's a lot of gluten-free stuff, and I'm picky on top of whatever the fuck limited options there already was. But then add me being picky on top of that. So she would go out and buy me food. We'd go for drives so I can de-stress. She did, I don't even know if she intended to just like be a lifeline, but that's exactly what she was, a lifeline. Not that I depended on her. It's just, the best way to describe it was like, at some point I didn't even realize I couldn't see anymore. Pitch black, can't see nothing else. That's it. That's it. And you're just gonna continue walking. You're just in the dark, lost. You don't see anything. You don't hear anybody. You can scream, you can shout, you can whisper, and nobody responds. But then what she did, she just started shining a light into my life, taking me places, introducing me to her friends, eventually introducing me to new foods, which you don't know how crazy it is. Because my mandatory things, I don't eat ever. Vegetables, bread, water. I don't want to have the argument water doesn't have a flavor in my fucking comments. I will turn that shit off. I will turn off my comment section. But that's neither here or there. But my top 3 things: I don't drink water, I don't like bread, I don't like vegetables. Which, if you're good at math, you can put 2 and 2 together and understand how I ended up very sick. I didn't eat right. That's kind of what I meant by like self-imposed. But I don't choose to eat this way. If I could eat like a normal person, I would. But I don't. I don't like the way water tastes. I don't like being wet. So, story time on that shit for another day. But she has kind of been slowly helping me re-immerse myself with the real world. Because I spent a very long time being predominantly online, only making online friends, and then I was jumping from friend group to friend group to friend group. I went from all boys to all girls to a mix of in between, but then everybody started dating everybody, and I'm just, who's down for Uno? But now people are fucking each other's girlfriends, or the girlfriends are cheating on the boyfriends with each other, so it's just like, Uno? No. So with that, I just lost touch with what it was like to be a person. And it shows, like, past pictures, you can see that I'm like, oh my god, yes, queen. Oh my god, slay. It's like, oh, the camera loves me. No. I look awkward as fuck. Like, I look awkward as shit. I look forced to be there, even though I probably drag people there to come see. I like my old I no longer have access to my old Instagram. I probably will need to remove that from my bio in YouTube. But my phone was stolen last Halloween. I had to get a new phone, which means which literally fucking sucks. The only thing I cannot get back into is Instagram. So I made a whole new Instagram and I decided to only show the highlight moments. Like, oh my god, I saw Megan Thee Stallion. I do need to post that. But I saw Megan Thee Stallion live and I was bored. I was with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, I saw her in the flesh with my own eyes. And I wanted to go home. That's a story for another day. Which I know I keep saying that, but this thing is already an hour. And I don't know how to edit. So you're just gonna get this. But my niece helped me with a lot. I was already confident in myself. I was kind of bullied into loving myself anyways. Like, oh, they don't like me. So why would I want to change myself for them to like me? Well, no. Why would I want to change myself for them to continue not to like me? Or pretend to like me? So at that point, I just started being myself. Even if it pissed people off, I just continued being myself. So here we are. It led to me being less photogenic, looking like, hold on, camera time. This is this is the smile I give when I'm like not sure what to do. But my god, this natural smile I have sometimes mesmerizes. I mesmerize myself with a genuine smile. Like sometimes sometimes my mom catches me in like really good moments. It's like, oh my god, donkey. Like she'll say something and I'm like, what? And then boom, a smile, a natural smile on my face. Click. Just a picture. And then she walks off. My niece started doing that. And I only realized it when we went to Florida last April. We were in the water. I don't even remember what she said to me. But it made me laugh so fucking hard. I almost started choking. I was genuinely laughing. And the picture was gorgeous afterwards. Like, the genuine joy like, you could feel how happy I was to be in that moment. Mind you, the whole trip, I was dead the whole fucking trip. You guessed it, story for another day. But yeah, she brought me a lot of light in my life. Like a lot. And now I'm back in a place where I could shine on my own without her. It's kind of like how parents, I know she's not my parent, but it's kind of like how parents would go, like when a parent is teaching a child how to ride a bike, the parent is usually holding on to the bike as the child is moving forward. They're pedaling, they're going, and then like a superhero moment, like let's say a Spider-Man moment, right? Like a canon event for everybody who's learned to ride or for most people who's learned to ride, because everybody learns different ways, but for most people who learn to ride a bike with their parents, somebody's holding on to the back of the bike just light enough for you to know that they're there, but not so heavy, not so heavy that like you'll drag them, right? So you're holding, you're pushing with them as they're pedaling. And then at some point you softly let go. And then, oh, okay, Dad, you can let go now. We got this. No, okay, Dad, you can let go now. I got this. I got this. Dad? And then you realize I'm riding a bike by myself. I'm shining on my own without her. The best way to describe this in a shorter way was like she was giving me like little pieces of sunlight, or she was charging my batteries. My battery had been dead for a very long time, so she just plugged me in. And but I was never siphoning off her energy. If anything, we gave energy to each other. And then one day I just no well, yesterday was the day I realized I am my own light. And it took me going to that rave to understand I'm my own light. I'm my own person. Which growing up I did have some identity issues. No, I don't mean like the ID. You guessed it. Story for another day. But you guys can comment on what you want to know more about. And then I'll make a video specifically for that topic, because otherwise we're going to end up with another hour video. I'm just going to post this video as is because I don't know how to edit. And I don't know what's going to be important, what's going to relate to other people. But this entire hour, ADHD live, autism live, as well as just like me being vulnerable on camera, and I'm going to post this to the internet. It's something. I took on many different identities growing up. I was Red Ruby for my YouTube channel. For those who are new here, for those who are new, my original YouTube channel name was Red Ruby 19 because my golden birthday was the 19th. And then my friend Evans, he still sometimes teases me about the name. And I gave myself a little tagline because the little foodie in me, I would always call myself like I always say it's Red Ruby, which God forbid he sees this video. If you say anything about me saying the line, I'ma tase you in your neck. But that's neither here or there. But Red Ruby was, I think it stuck. But actually the first name I ever gave myself was like Maxine. I don't know, that name stuck to me. And it was when I was reading Wattpad, and then they'll have Y/N, and every time I saw it, it's just Maxine. Oh my God, Y/N. Will you go to the dance with me? I love you so much. Yeah. Y/N is, it just means your name. Oh, your, like, oh, hey, insert name here. Would you like to go to the dance with me? You're just self-inserting into the story, into the world, basically. The first name I ever gave myself was Maxine. And then from Maxine, it was Red Ruby. And then from Red Ruby, I gave myself the name Gillian. And then from Gillian, Blair. Blair stuck with me a little longer because I made that my gamer tag. So a lot of my online friends are gonna call me Blair. Mostly because I know I don't like my birth name. But if I know you in person, I'm probably just going to give you my birth name. Just so that there's no confusion when, like, let's say we get drunk, we get lit, and you call me, I don't know, Tommy. That's not my name. But let's say, oh, Tommy, which is nickname. Hey, or let's say you and I go to a club and we're chilling, we're partying. I gave you the name Tommy. So you're asking these people, hey, have you guys seen Tommy? I don't know where Tommy is. They're gonna be confused as shit. Who the fuck is Tommy? Rather than have that kind of confusion, I'd rather just give you a consistent name. But I would prefer my birth name not be used. I want to treat my birth name like a dead name, but I don't have a name yet that calls to me that I want to make my permanent name. But when I do, I will obviously announce you guys so that y'all can address me properly. But I do plan on doing a rebranding. One final time. I swear, I promise I won't change my name anymore. I promise, I promise, I promise. But I will be changing my name one final time on all platforms except for Instagram. I will be making a new social media for my other project and stuff like that. That's gonna be separate. My Instagram will always remain my private Instagram, but I will be creating a new one for the business stuff and whatever else I need. But yeah. Again, I understand this rant was probably useless, but I did want to update you guys on where I've been, what I've been up to, what I want to do, and yes, I know I repeated myself like 3 times, but again, I just wanted to get that out the way, but I also want to thank you guys. So first off, it's not every day you can say you made it to 100 subscribers on YouTube. Like, yeah, I know I'm not big, I'm not up there, but that's more than some. Yeah, 100 subscribers within four years of being a YouTuber. And mind you, that was me being an inconsistent YouTuber. Imagine if I pushed my YouTube channel more. Imagine if, with all these online interactions, I promoted myself more. Who knows where I'd be right now? Like, life works out in some fucking crazy ways. But I do understand I'm starting, like, I'm talking too much. So I'm gonna end the video here. But I want you to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Because your support means everything. Even if you're not doing any of that, your view means a lot. Just any interaction is good interaction, as long as you're not being a dickhead about it. But I want to thank the friends and family I've made along the way. I want to thank myself for having the courage to move forward even with everything I've been through. Having the strength to keep trying. I mean, yeah, I did give up on some things, but I didn't give up on everything. I had dreams of being a dancer, a singer, a writer, and God, and I also wanted to travel. But I succeeded in being a writer. I'm an author now. I've upgraded. I'm not just like, I don't just write. I've upgraded. I'm an author. I published my own book. Do you know how crazy that is? I'm pretty sure the percentage is like 80 to 90% of authors do not publish. As to why, that's their own personal reasons. From they aren't financially stable enough to maintain being an author. They have doubts, like internally they feel insecure in whatever means, or they're just too scared of what other people will think of them. Whatever the cause, there's tons of reasons for people not to publish. And I did it. I pushed, like, as an early birthday gift to myself, I published my own book. My God, it's crazy, which I will be making a video on that as well. But for real, I'm going to end the video now. I'm pretty sure I already said this, but I'm gonna say it again. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for staying with me for as long as you did. And thank you, newcomers, new and old, come to visit my channel, to want to learn more about me, you know, which I don't mind doing a Q&A if anyone's interested. But I do plan on, like, uploading a little bit more stuff somehow. But I don't have an exact date on when. Just know that it's happening. I didn't forget about you guys. I needed a break to get better. And now that I am better, I'm coming back harder. Good night. This is Red Ruby Crunchy Cat Bar Koala Kitty signing out.